So find yourself on the floor on your back. See if there's any adjustments you want to make first, a stretch, a yawn, a wriggle. And then start to settle either with your feet on the floor or your legs out long. Hands can be close to you or far away, really anything that allows you to settle. And then gradually feel your breath slow down. Feel the weight of your body dropping to the floor. Whatever is in contact with the floor, spreading into the floor. And the front of your body gradually dropping towards the back of your body. And then we'll start with just a little exploration of the inside of your body. Starting with your skull. Noticing the weight of how your skull settles into the mat beneath you. Noticing your cheekbones, eye socket, jaw, teeth. Then bringing your awareness into the spine of your neck. It actually starts in the very center of your skull, travels down the neck, and bringing you to your upper back. Feel into the vertebra of your upper spine, which may be in contact with the floor here. And notice perhaps how each of those vertebrae have ribs coming off the side of them. And these ribs might also be settled into the floor at the back. And then they curve round to form the cage of the ribs around at the front. Feeling your sternum, the bone of the chest, maybe moving a little bit with your breathing. Be aware of your collarbones sitting at the front of your chest and reaching out towards the shoulder joint. Feeling your upper arm bones, which actually slot into the shoulder blades to create the joint. Your shoulder blades might here be settling into the floor. Little kind of triangular shaped bones. Then starting to feel down the length of your arms towards your elbows. Noticing that joint where the upper arm bone becomes the lower arm bones. Coming down your forearms to meet your wrist. Quite a small joint with lots of bones and ligaments and tendons and nerves going through quite a small channel. And then coming into your hands, also with lots of bones. Notice how they settle wherever they are. And then coming back towards the spine as you travel down the lower back, which might be lifted away from the floor in this position. And it will then curve towards your sacrum and tailbone. The tailbone actually curls slightly in towards the pelvis. Noticing your sitting bones, the center of your hip joint, where the head of your thigh bones settle in to the pelvis. Follow those thigh bones down, these big, thick thigh bones, and meeting at the knee. Being aware of your kneecaps, which settle on top. All of the fluids and tendons and ligaments that cross over that joint. And down the shin bones, towards the ankles. And then feeling all of those bones of the feet, the thick, round bone of the heels and the little bones of all the toes. And then for a moment, can you feel into your whole skeleton at once? Feeling the density, feeling the bones settle to the back of your body as you let go. As we start to move today, let's be really aware of the movement of our bones, which can be harder because we don't see them. We don't necessarily feel them, but it is possible to. So be aware of all your bones as we start to set up for our first movement, grounding your feet into the floor and taking your arms out wide. You might have a bend in the elbow, or if you have space, you can straighten your arms out. And then just for a moment, feel again your shoulder blades settle into the floor. For some of us, they might pull away from the floor if you're tight in the chest. So take a moment for the collarbone to spread and the shoulder blades to settle into the floor. Feel that the back of your ribs drop. They may not touch the floor in this position, but feel that your rib cage can be heavy. Then slowly we're going to drop the knees over to the right hand side. Feel how as the thigh bones drop, they turn the pelvis, and the pelvis starts to turn the lower spine. The spiral might even come up towards your upper back. Heavy through that left shoulder. Shoulder blades still settled into the floor. We're going to move all the way to the other side. Gradually feel the movement of your bones. So your knees come up, you roll onto the back of the pelvis, your spine comes back to neutral, and then as you rock your thighs to the left, pelvis rocks, spine twists. That right shoulder might try and come away from the floor, so remind it to stay heavy. And then just at your own pace, let's go side to side, going slowly enough that you can really feel into the movement of your bones. You might notice some texture maybe in the lower spine as you twist, a few little pops or cracks. Noticing the tendency for some soft tissues to resist movement. Maybe there's some muscles that you're rolling over on your pelvis that feel a little tender under the weight. Good, just finishing one or two more depending on your pace. And then the next time your knees are upright, take a pause there. Land again, let your bones settle to the back of your body.